In Cage of Shadows. In the fog-cloaked streets of an old, decaying town, an air of dread hung over the inhabitants. Whispers circulated about a creature, a ghostly presence that roamed the night, leaving behind a trail of death and madness. They called it La Bête Blanche, the White Beast. Jean, a young man of few words, had returned to his ancestral home, a crumbling mansion on the outskirts of town. His return was not one of joy, but of duty, for his uncle had died under mysterious circumstances. Found in his bed, with his throat torn open, a look of sheer terror etched into his lifeless face. The town spoke of the beast, but Jean was a man of logic, not superstition. He dismissed the stories as the ramblings of frightened villagers. Late one night, as the wind howled and the moon was shrouded in thick clouds, Jean heard a noise from the attic, a soft scratching sound, as though something was trapped, desperate to escape. He hesitated, but his curiosity won over his fear. Lighting a candle, he ascended the narrow staircase to the attic. The attic was dark and filled with old, forgotten things, dusty trunks, faded portraits, and the lingering scent of decay. In the corner, a large iron cage stood, its door ajar. Emil's heart raced as he approached it. Inside the cage, he found remnants of what looked like a thick white fur. The cage was empty, but the scratches on the walls suggested something, or someone, had been trying to claw its way out. The room grew colder, and the candle flickered violently before going out. Emil was plunged into darkness. He fumbled for a match, but before he could light it, he felt something brush against his leg, something cold and alive. He froze, his breath catching in his throat. A low growl rumbled through the attic, and a pair of glowing white eyes appeared in the darkness, staring directly at him. The beast was not a mere animal. It was something far more sinister, an ancient evil that had been imprisoned in that cage for centuries. Jean stumbled backward, but it was too late. The beast lunged at him, and in that moment he understood why his uncle had died in such terror. The last thing Jean saw before the darkness claimed him was the beast's wide-fanged mouth, ready to tear his soul apart. In the morning, the villagers found the mansion silent. When they entered, they found Jean's body, his throat savagely torn, and the look of horror frozen on his face. The cage in the attic was empty, and the white beast was never seen again. But the town knew it still lurked somewhere in the shadows, waiting for the next unlucky soul to stumble upon its lair.